The first story is from the Reddit user Mix of Races. Am I the a-hole for telling my obese friend that she should eat less? Y'all stop messaging privately with tips on how to gain weight, or if I want to talk about my weight. I don't. I'm 17, quite slim although I don't think I'm underweight, 110 pounds, 5 foot 5 inches, and I have a friend, 19, who is quite obese. Now I never made any comments about her body as it can come off as offensive, plus, I hate it when people comment about mine. However, for the past couple of weeks she's been making small comments here and there about how lucky it is to be skinny, complaining about not having the ideal body shape and how my cherries are so small it must be so easy for me. One time she also bought a shirt I picked out because I didn't have enough cleavage to look good in that style. Well, yesterday while we were eating lunch with a bunch of friends, her friends, I don't really know them but I don't mind their company, she told me jokingly that I should eat more so that men can tell that I'm a woman and not a kid. She laughed and some of her friends did too, however the others looked a bit uneasy. I felt really embarrassed and angry since I find it hard to gain weight and have taken years to actually like the way that I look, so I told her that she should eat less and stop pushing your insecurities onto me just because you don't like that you're obese. She then yelled about how rude and inconsiderate I was to be body shaming her and that I can F off since men prefer curvy women anyways, to which I said not with that shitty attitude they don't, before paying for my dish, and walking out. Now I am getting text messages all over saying I shouldn't body shame other people and spread hate after she posted on her social media crying. I don't think I'm the asshole here but I could be, so, am I? Edit. I checked my weight again after some concerning comments and found out I actually gained weight. Although it's still unhealthy, it's something. I did tell her to cut it or most of the time, the other times I just grew silent and left. I know what obesity is, just because I'm underweight doesn't mean I see bigger people as obese. The next story is from the Reddit user Archeos. Am I the a-hole for not wanting to give my entitled mother keys to my new condo? For context, I am a female 24 years old and just bought my very own condo. I took out a loan that I will have to pay back over the next couple of years, but I looked at, bought, etc. the condo myself. My mother, female 53, had nothing to do with it. Now, my mom has always been entitled. When I first moved out, she gaslit me into giving her keys to my new place, which she kept referring to as her apartment. I folded then, and regretted the choice when she kept showing up unannounced while I was at uni. As for my new place, she has already threatened to throw me out and get herself a new tenant if she ever comes in to find dishes in the sink. I never claimed to be the most tidy person, but that didn't sit well with me. What right does she have to throw me out of a condo I own? My name is in the register, no one else's. I don't want her to gaslight me into folding again, but she is adamant it is her apartment and that she is technically the owner as she birthed and raised me. I love my mom, but I'm terrified. When I said I wouldn't give her any keys to the place, she lost her shit. Calling me ungrateful, that it was her apartment, that I had no right to keep her out of it. I still feel like this is my property, and my name on the loan, but I'm also terrified of cutting her off because I know she will ruin my life as she sees fit. She once called the police to do a wellness check on me because I was in the tub and didn't respond to her messages quickly enough. So, Reddit, will I be the a-hole for not giving my mom keys to my new place? Edit. Thank you all for your time, efforts and help. I have decided to buy another CCTV system for my back entrance and give her a fake key to avoid any fallout while she still has control over some of my accounts. I've also spoken to my grandparents, who have stated they are fine with me going no contact. I'm slowly starting to realize how bad the abuse has been and how much trauma I still need to work through, but it is thanks to you that I can finally see that. The next story is from the Reddit user Romanian Witch. Am I the a-hole for banning my husband's female friend from our house? Throwaway account. English is not my first language. I'm on mobile. I apologize. I, 27 female, have been married with my husband, male 32, for 3 years and have been dating for a little over 5. My husband has this friend, female 31, Mary. They've known each other since they were in high school and she's considered one of the boys, if you may. That basically means she's always invited to all the fishing trips and stuff, which I don't mind at all. I trust my husband. Well, my problems with Mary started when she first found out I'm half Romanian. It started kinda innocently, with her asking me to say certain words, teach her some insults etc., which didn't necessarily bother me, but it usually put me on the spot whenever we were out with my husband's group of friends. It only escalated to her googling stuff about Romania and asking me, are you a vampire? Do you bite your husband by the neck? 2. Are you a gypsy? I bet you've got some of the gypsy blood in you, which is just blatantly racist. Last week, Me and my husband organized a mini barbecue with our friends and Mary was invited by my husband despite me telling him she makes me uncomfortable. He said he had talked to her about her remarks and she's been understanding, so it's unlikely she'll say something this time. It was midnight and there were about 4 of us left and I accidentally spilled some red wine on Mary's jeans when I tripped over a carpet. All hell broke loose. Mary started saying that I'm a witch and I'm trying to ruin her life and this whole thing is part of my ritual and I'm just a immigrant gypsy trying to ruin my husband's life and I've poisoned my husband against her. I started crying and profusely apologizing. When she wouldn't drop it, I kicked her out and banned her from ever coming to my house again. Am I the a-hole for doing this? My husband insists that Mary was just drunk and talking nonsense and he would talk to her. He also told me I'm way too sensitive about my heritage and I'm an a-hole for banning her. Mary has since given me a half-hearted apology but I'm still not okay with her. Edit. I guess this is the update some of you wanted. Sorry I'm still a mess and I'd how coherent I am. We've talked. He admitted to being in and out of an affair with Mary in the first 2 years of our relationship and she wanted to win him back, I guess. I called my mom to come help me pack some stuff and I'm out. That's it. Mary can have him. I've been gaslit for years and it took a Reddit post to realize. Oh, the irony. Thank you, Reddit. Edit 2. And probably the last one for a period of time. A lot of people seem suspicious of Mary and my husband's friendship/relationship etc. and have asked if I ever suspected anything. No, I didn't. Me and my husband had, or I thought we had, a very strong relationship, based on communication and honesty. Guess it only applied to me. Also, Mary is very close with all the boys in the said friendship group. The other wives raised concerns in the past but they've all been shut down by the boys in the group or by Mary herself. I guess I always respected their friendship group because they were very close for so long and it felt unfair to change that because of me. As far as I'm aware, the other wives feel the same. Plus Mary has been in a LD relationship for about 2 years and always claimed she's focusing on her career, she's too busy etc. so none of us ever saw her as a potential threat. But now it just makes me think there could be more to this story. But I'm tired, as of right now, I am just exhausted. My Romanian witch blood won't let me live until I find out the whole truth but I need time. Thank you to everyone who took the time to reply to my post, message me, even the ones that insulted me further, it was semi-funny. And thank you for the awards. I'm sending virtual hugs to all of you. The last story is from the Reddit user Throwaway. Am I the a-hole SPD? Am I the a-hole for telling my dad I plan on never speaking to my brother once I turn 18? 16 mil, will keep this as short as possible. My mom and dad divorced when I was 4, I lived with my mom until I was 14, and my brother lived with my dad. He was 20, when I moved up to live with him and my dad. I have another older brother who still lives with my mother but he isn't relevant in this other than the fact I am much closer with him. I had to move in, because my mother couldn't take care of me. My dad happily let me come live with him. I think the only other relevant backstory is that I have SPD, sensory processing disorder. This affects how sensitive my hearing is, high-pitched and loud sounds are almost painful for me, my sight, very quick moving objects and flashing lights can overwhelm me, and my touch, I can't stand certain textures, or random, unworn skin-on-skin contact. Everyone in my family knows this, and is very accommodating, which I'm always incredibly grateful for. Everyone except my brother. He plays extremely high-pitched audio in my ears randomly, he'll flash lights in my eyes, he's even told his friends I love hugs so much, and I'm really happy when people randomly hug me, I'm not. It's been like this for the 2 years I've been living with him and my dad, and it's only gotten worse. Most recently, he called me to his room, saying he was hurt and needed help, and when I ran into the room, he played his speakers as loud as they could go, and turned on strobe lights that he has for whenever he goes to a party. I completely lost it, I felt like I was underwater, I remember scratching at my ears and around my eyes, but other than that I don't remember much. My dad came and helped me, and told my brother not to do it again. My dad always speaks to him about it every time after, and he always says he won't do it again, but he always does. Yesterday was a breaking point for me. I'd been downstairs baking with Dad, when he came in and said he was having some friends over, in the back garden with social distancing. My dad said that's fine, and my brother asked if he could take out his speaker and put the lights on. Dad asked me if I was okay with that, and I said yes, as long as I got plenty of notice. My brother screamed at me, saying, "Oh my God, for once in your life can you be effing normal? I shouldn't have to warn you of anything, you're so effing annoying." My dad asked him to stop shouting and he did. He left, and my dad asked if I was okay, and I told him why does it matter if I'm okay or not? I've dealt with this for 2 years, only 2 more and I never have to speak to him again." My dad got upset. He is very close to his 3 brothers, my uncles, and thinks I should just forgive him to patch things up. He said he was disappointed in me for thinking about cutting my brother out of my life. I was always considering going NC with him, because of everything he's done, but after what my dad said I can't help but think of him overreacting to this. Whipped for cutting him out the day I turn 18?